Welcome to Holiday Bowl in Lethbridge, Alberta for the 2018 Bill Todd Memorial, brought to you by College Ford Lincoln. We have an exciting day of play to look forward to here. I'm Ryan Meddy, your host today, along with Jason Temerick. Jason, we've actually had a fair bit of action already here at Holiday Bowl.
Yeah, we started off with 45 bowlers this morning. They've bowled 6 games to qualify for the top 5. Now goes on to the step ladder to bowl for our championship this afternoon.
So we'll be looking forward to the last few rounds. We'll also be looking forward to presentations to our winners in the handicap divisions, the men's and women's, and we're going to have some fun today at Holiday Bowl.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great afternoon. We've already seen some fantastic scores. I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen here.
We have competitors from Lethbridge, competitors from Edmonton and Medicine Hat. Let's see how they do as we continue with the Bill Todd Memorial, brought to you by College Ford Lincoln here at Holiday Bowl. All right, we're into our first bowler with the Bill Todd Memorial Finals, sponsored by College Ford Lincoln. Our 5th place and 4th place finishers will be decided here with David Sisko at the lanes right now.
Yeah, David came down for this tournament. He's from Medicine Hat. Just came down specifically for this tournament. Been bowling for quite a few years. He actually started bowling when he was 4 years old, and he, till this day, still bowls in the YBC program as well as the Super League out in Medicine Hat.
We've got Brad Whalen also at the lane right now.
And he starts us off with a nice strike. Brad Whalen actually moved to Lethbridge back in 2014. He's originally from Cape Breton.
But the balls can't detect an accent.
No, not at this point.
That doesn't come into play. No. Now, the format of play here in the tournament, they're actually doing 2 frames at a time. That's
right. The first bowler starts off with 1 frame, and then they go 2, 2, 2, 2, up until the 10th frame, and then the last bowler will have 1 frame. So
the format's a little bit different than when you come here to Holiday Bowl for your regular game. In that sense, but scoring here for folks at home who don't know the value of the pins here, that's something important to run down.
Yeah,
so we
absolutely.
Understand
it's a little bit different as opposed to 10-pin bowling, where every pin is valued at 1. In 5-pin, the center pin is worth 5 points, where the 2 pins just behind it are worth 3 points each, and then the corner pins, of course, are worth 2 points for a total of 15 points eligible for each frame. That's why the perfect game here is 450, whereas it's 310 pin.
So David hitting the 5-pin, Brad on his last frame. Put them all down with his second ball. That's what gets him the spare. First ball is a strike. Explain the scoring system when you get a strike versus a spare versus just getting 15, all of them down on the 3rd ball.
Well, when a person gets a strike, then the next 2 balls that they throw count. It gets added to the 15-point count from their strike. So in this case, when Brad got a strike in the first frame, the next 2 balls counted. So he got a spare, which is a total of 15. So that means he counts 30 points on his first frame. Now with the spare, then it counts the next ball that you throw. So he's sitting with 15 points, and then the next ball that he throws, that total will be added to that 15 that he already has sitting in the second frame.
And this is an exciting day. It's a day that you've already had a fair amount of action leading up to this point as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We started off with 45 competitors this morning, and we've whittled it down now to our top 5. David here was our 5th place qualifier. He averaged a total of 253 throughout the tournament this morning. Very, very good bowling. We saw a lot of excellent games today.
And David with a spare on the last frame.
Nice solid strike there for Brad.
So again, explain the scoring here. He had a spare, so it was the first ball that he threw that was going to add to his previous score.
And that's correct. Since he got a strike, that's all 15 points, so that adds to his spare, so that gives him a total of 30 points for that frame. So now he's sitting at 60 points after 2.
I bring that up as you and I used to bowl together.
Yeah,
I did the math.
ago.
I think it was about 30 years ago at the Sterling bowling alley, and we learned, because we didn't have these great scoring computers that you have at Holiday Bowl. We had to do the old school pen and paper, actually pencil and paper way.
Oh yeah. They didn't have very much at the Sterling Bowling Alley in general, but they definitely didn't have the computerized scoring, that's for sure.
What our parents were laughing about quietly under their breath is we were practicing math at the same time they were going to enjoy bowling every weekend.
A bit of a tough frame there. He only gets a 7 count after that head pin, but still got a little bit of a lead, depending on what David does here.
And again, David working on a spare, so this first ball is important for the previous frame score.
Just a little bit thin, gets a chop off there, but gets a 10 count on the spare. So that gives him a total of 25 count on the spare.
You wiggled it. Stretch it harder.
So in the tournament today, you have a fair amount of people who are involved in leagues here in Lethbridge, but also some out-of-towners as well.
Yeah, this for the first time, like last year when we had the tournament, it was all local, but this year we actually had some participants coming out of Medicine Hat, like David, and we had actually a gentleman come from Edmonton, and he qualified, so we're going to see him in the step ladder a little bit later on.
I think I heard off the air that our Edmonton bowler was on the road at 2 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, like that's dedication. He didn't
made
come
it to
down
the
last
finals.
night. He actually got up and drove down at 2 o'clock in the morning just to be here today. And he clears up the deck there, so that gives him 15. So he's sitting at 77 after 5 frames.
Deep breath, David. Relax.
It's a beautiful solid strike there by Brad.
And thanks again to our sponsor of the Bill Todd Memorial here today, College Ford Lincoln.
Nice to meet you, buddy. Nice to meet you.
Take a breath, David.
Tough break there for David. Struggling a little bit here at the moment, but there's nothing up there that 4 or 5 in a row won't fix.
And so explain to us and the viewers where we're going after this round here between Brad and David.
Well, this is just a straight up step ladder format, so it's scratch bowling. The winner of this game, it's a match play, so the winner of this game will then go on to play the 3rd place qualifier in a match who happens to be Jason Ives, who was our champion from last year. He returned this year and qualified again, so he's here to defend his crown. And then the winner of that obviously would advance on to play the 2nd place qualifier.
There it is. Hey, half time.
There we go, got it back a little bit there, getting a spare.
That's what he was looking for. And Brad now 2 strikes in a row. This ball will affect the score 2 frames prior, won't it?
That's correct. He's already got 30 points banked for the 5th frame, plus whatever he throws on this ball. And he chops it off, so that's an additional 10 points. So that gives him 40 points in the 5th frame. So he's sitting at 127 after 5 with a strike in the 6th.
And the second ball helps with 6th frame.
Correct. Gets a spare, gives him a total of 157 after 6 and a spare after 7. Another beautiful ball. Very nice. There.
So we had a gentleman come up to our reset panel here by the name of Rick. Tell me who Rick is and some of the other people in the fancy shirts.
Sure. Rick is our judge of play today. Tournaments wouldn't happen without our judges of play. They're the ones that make sure everything flows smoothly, and if there's any discrepancies in scores or if the pins get oh, there we go. Got a strike here for David. They're out and about at every tournament. They basically make sure that everything runs smoothly, and we definitely have to give credit to them. They had to take a course to become a judge of play, and they're out here volunteering their time, and without them, these events wouldn't happen. Almost got it right there.
He knows how to work them after the ball goes past. I wanted to ask you, Jason, is there any special gear that our bowlers are wearing at the tournament versus, what will show up as an average bowler like myself taking the family out and grabbing some shoes from behind the counter?
Well, most bowlers that bowl competitive bowling have their own bowling shoes, their own bowling balls, a little bit more consistent and a little bit more comfortable than using the house equipment that the average bowler would come out and use. Most league bowlers in general now have their own equipment. Another double for Brad.
Oh, Jason, your brother Brad was actually bowling earlier today, wasn't he, in the other division?
Yeah, actually, he bowled. He hasn't bowled in about 4 years, but him and Bill were very close, and he felt the need to come out of retirement and give it a try. He didn't embarrass himself too bad, but...
Wow.
3 in a row.
And there's the turkey on the scoreboard. So I didn't see that the last time I went bowling.
No.
I haven't seen that the last 10 times I've gone bowling.
Punch the dreaded head pin, but at this point, this game's all locked up. He's going to be advancing on to the next match to play against Jason Ives.
So where would Brad be aiming right now? You've got 2 on the left, 2 on the right.
It's basically the side you're more comfortable with. When that happens, you basically just pick a side and go for it. But he decided to kick a field goal. Go right through the uprights. But he winds up with a 287, which is a beautiful game, and like I said, we'll be advancing on to the next round.
According to Bill Todd. 40 years. 40 years.
And as David finishes up here, he gets a 174.
Congrats to Brad Whalen moving on to the next round of the Bill Todd Memorial here at Holiday Bowl in Lethbridge, proudly sponsored by College Ford Lincoln. Here with another winner at the 2018 Bill Todd Memorial, sponsored by College Ford Lincoln, Janice Sudo, winner of the ladies handicap division.
Hi, thanks. I consider it a privilege to bowl in this tournament because Bill and I went back to bowling YBC in high school, so it was a privilege to bowl in it.
Well, congratulations and thank you for sharing that. I know this tournament means a lot to all of us because Bill was a very special person. So,
he was.
Again, we just want to congratulate you and thank you for participating.
Okay, thank you.
The next round of the Bill Todd Memorial here at Holiday Bowl, and last year's winner of the event, Jason Ives with a big start. You see Jason here quite a bit.
Yeah, he's one of our regular bowlers here. He bowls a couple of nights a week, bowls all the tournaments. Like I said, last year he was in this tournament, and he is our returning champion. Throws a phenomenally smooth ball.
Wow.
Answers back
Going head to
with a
head.
zone.
And if you've just tuned in, Brad Whalen here just played David Sisko in the 5th and 4th place game, and has moved on in this round to take on the winner from last year, Jason Ives.
Yeah, Jason qualified 3rd this year. He still threw a tournament average of 269. Again, we had beautiful bowling all morning.
Side to side, Brad.
We have a nice, sizable but respectable crowd behind us. We're we're kind of getting caught up in the hush of the crowd as our bowler gets ready to throw here. But it's great to see the local support.
Yeah, absolutely. The bowling community is just wonderful. They're very supportive of all the bowlers. I mean, even when they're competing, of course they want to win, but you know, they want to beat them. They don't hope for the other guy to throw a bad game or anything. Everybody is very encouraging, and it's just a great atmosphere to be around.
Got to be happy with the start of this game.
Yeah, it's always nice to get out there and get a couple of marks off the bat, put a little pressure on your opponents, take the pressure off yourself a little bit.
It's got a nice smooth technique. Do you see a lot of different styles here at Holiday Bowl throughout the season?
Yeah, it's always interesting to see all the different styles and what works for some people, and you know, some of them, the way they throw the ball, it actually looks painful, but you know, it works well for them. So, and that's really what matters, is everyone has to develop their own unique style.
Ooh, just missed the corner.
Yeah, a bit of a tough break there. He hit it for the center pin pretty solid, but just didn't get the carry on the 3 pin. And he picked it up, cleaned the deck, so he's sitting at 78 after 3 frames.
I gotta say, Brad is one of the brave few to be wearing shorts on the day of the broadcast.
We actually had a few here this morning, but I think a lot of them changed once they got here. They're a little more comfortable bowling in shorts. we should actually talk a little bit about too that along with the scratch division, all of our competitors were also entered into a handicap division this morning, of which we had a ladies and men's champion come out of that category as well. And the way the handicap division works is depending on what their league average is. In this particular tournament, they take the difference of your league average and 250, and then 90% of the difference is added to your score each game. So if you're averaging 200 in league, the difference between 250 and 200, of course, is 50, and 90% of that is 45. So 45 points will be added to each game. So in theory, in that division, everybody's starting off on an even playing field.
Again, you're watching the Bill Todd Memorial, sponsored by College Ford Lincoln on Shaw. Very excited with this tournament to be returning. Now, this is the first year titled the Bill Todd Memorial. Jason, do you want to tell us about everybody's friend Bill and why this is special for Holiday Bowl and the people that come here throughout the year?
Well, certainly. Bill was somebody who was very special to all of us here at Holiday Bowl. He was bowling since he was just a wee little child. He's a man that literally accomplished everything we could accomplish in the sport. He threw a perfect game way back in 1981. In fact, tomorrow is the 37th anniversary of his perfect game. In 1985 in St. John's, Newfoundland, he won a national championship. He came back and he coached our youth program for many years. He was just an all-around important figure in our sport.
Well, this is your second tournament here at Holiday Bowl, but again, the first as the Bill Todd Memorial, and couldn't be a more fitting name and member of the community to be attached to that title of this annual tournament.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Bill, his competitive days were tough break there for Jason. Bill had kind of given up on his competitive days. He wasn't doing tournaments anymore. He was certainly still bowling in league, and he still enjoyed to come out and play the game. But last year, when he found out that he had an opportunity to bowl on TV, he decided to jump back into it, and he did qualify for our step ladder. He finished in 3rd place, but unfortunately, he didn't throw a very good game, so he didn't advance in the step ladder. So, in talking to him afterwards, he was happy with the way everything went, but he wasn't very happy with my broadcasting.
There was a story he wanted you to share that you did not. So now we're making up for it.
Exactly. He was very disappointed. You know, he came up to me and he said, "You didn't tell enough stories." And I'm like, "Well, what do you mean? I talked about your national championship. I talked about your perfect game. But the story that he really wanted to tell was the time in men's league, because I had the privilege of bowling with Bill for many years on my team. He actually had to spare a split and stuck me with the bill on a beer frame, and apparently that was a highlight for him, because he was a little disappointed that I didn't talk about that story.
So there you go, Bill. We've covered that story. Now the world knows.
Yeah, he never
what
let me
goes on
forget it
behind
either.
the scenes.
Big spare there by Jason.
Brad Whalen on his 5th frame.
Straight through, Brad, not across the bar.
And again, if you've tuned in to our Bill Todd Memorial here at Holiday Bowl in Lethbridge, Alberta, sponsored by College Ford Lincoln, and you're not an avid bowler, outside pins 2 points, beside that 3, in the middle is 5. In 2018, it's okay to let the computer do it for you, right, Jason?
Absolutely. We don't expect people to know how to keep score anymore, except for our avid bowlers.
Does the computer ever make a mistake?
No, I wouldn't say that it makes a mistake. We do have, sometimes we have issues where somebody will throw a ball and it'll come out of the gutter and knock down the 2-pin, which,
Sure.
that
Yes.
doesn't count, but people will argue with you on that one.
And that's that's why we have our lane judges like Rick on hand.
Absolutely, that's what the judges will play here, to make sure that everything is all fair. I have to really say thank you to Rick. He comes out to almost all of our tournaments, really donates a lot of his time for us.
So competing not only for the prestige, but there's also cash prizes and some hardware involved in this, is there not?
Yes, we had a beautiful trophy donated for the Bill Todd Memorial. So that'll be presented at the end by the family members of Bill. And of course, College Ford being our title sponsor, they have made a donation. So the winner of the step ladder today is going to walk away with a check for $400. Our handicap winners each got $300, and of course there are other prizes as well. After that head pin, Brad's sitting at 95 after 6 frames. Gonna have to get a couple of marks here to get back into this match.
Brad's had some nice speed on his balls there. Do you know of any lanes that exist in the world that clock the speed of the ball?
Not that I'm aware of. I know they have, for some of the hard throwers, have tried to bring a radar detector in and kind of clock them. So, but I don't know what the results were on it. But some of the power that some of these guys throw with is quite amazing.
Now that setup is a tough one to clean up, where you had both sides there and the head pin gone.
Yeah, head pin's a very, very difficult spare. It is possible, but it's you have to throw in a really perfect hit to get it. Doesn't happen very often. Your best bet is just to clean all your sticks, take your 15, and move on to the next frame.
Which Jason did as he moves on to the 7th.
Yeah, we're sitting at 141.95, so Jason's got a bit of a lead, but it's certainly not insurmountable with only some 4 frames left to go.
6 years, 4 for her.
There's the ball he was looking for.
Sorry, we made you the last frame, Jay. You're gone.
This is an important frame for Brad. Being behind and with the strike and 7 for Jason, he needs to get a mark here to get himself back into the game.
Again, some nice power. How about for next year? Let's get out that radar gun.
That'd be interesting. We should see if we can round one up. Ooh, tough break.
Finishes with 15.
Yeah, cleaned all the sticks. That's important. Sitting at 110 after 7.
Not sure if how much of this our viewers at home can see, but you've got a fair amount of history on the backdrops of all our lanes here from Lethbridge and area.
Yeah, that's actually new this year. We did that over the summer. An unfortunate head pin for Brad. Bad timing on that one. He really needed a mark there. Yeah, it was time to change up our masking units on the back there, and instead of going with the traditional just scenes of balls and pins, we decided, since we've been a part of the community here at Holiday Bowl for over 55 years, we were going to pick some heritage pictures of the city of Lethbridge and do some black and whites and just kind of give it a bit of a nostalgia look.
We've got the high-level bridge. We have former City Hall, University, and my favorite spot. It's no longer a theater, but I'm not sure if you ever caught any shows at the Paramount downtown.
Yeah, actually I have.
Nice shot for Brad.
Now you're dating us.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I remember vividly the first movie I ever stood in line for, opening night. 1989, Batman. Michael Keaton.
Yeah, I remember that. In fact, I actually saw Batman in that theater as well. Really nice ball there. That's a huge double for Jason.
Two strikes in a row, and for our non-bowlers at home trying to keep score, this ball has an impact on frame 7. The next ball will have an impact on frame 8.
That's correct, yeah. He's already got 30 points banked for frame 7, plus whatever he throws on his first ball here. So just missing to the right side there. That's a 5 count, so he's got 35 points for the 7th frame, giving him 176. And then now in the 8th frame, whatever he throws on this ball will count on his strike there. It's a big spare, so that gives him 30 points in the 8th frame and a spare in the 9th. Sitting at 206 with a spare.
And I just realized above lane 3, high scores for the lane. Our male high scorer.
Yeah, it looks like Jason was the high scorer on that. That's during our league play. So throughout the season, he has the highest score on 3 and 4 this season with a 345.
So a lucky lane for him.
So at this point, he shut out Brad. Even if Brad strikes out now, he's not going to be able to catch Jason. So we know at this point that Jason will be moving on to the next round. Hopefully Brad can strike out here and finish strong.
Now, up to this point, how many games would Brad have played to get to this point of the tournament today?
This would be his 8th game. It was a 6-game qualifying tournament this morning, and then, of course, he won the first match in the step ladder, and so this would be game number 8 for him. And he finishes with a solid 30 count in the 10th. Winds up with 185. The dreaded head pin. But I guess it's good that he got it out now and doesn't carry it forward to the next game.
Won't be getting his lane record of 345 on this one, but it's enough to move on to the next round.
Take the big slide, Chase. If he gets this, yeah.
ends up with a 238 and moves on to the next round.
Congrats to Brad Whalen to reaching this point of the tournament. Here we are at the 2018 Bill Todd Memorial with one of our first winners of the day, Logan Burrell. You've been bowling since you're 12 years old. It paid off today, didn't it?
It certainly did, for sure. I go in a lot of these tournaments, and I'm just happy to finally win one.
Well, we just want to say congratulations. You are our handicap division champion. You throw a total of 1620 today. Any specific strategies going in, or did you just go in and focus on getting the job done?
You know, I just go up there every frame, try to throw that first good ball, and then see where that takes me.
Wonderful. Well, thanks again. Thanks for participating, and congratulations.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Jason Ives starting off our next round at the Bill Todd Memorial here at Holiday Bowl the same way that he started the last one, with a strike.
Yeah, threw a beautiful strike. Getting the match started early here. He's bowling against Alan Hurst from Edmonton. Alan qualified this morning with an amazing 282 average for the 6 games. Considering he drove from Edmonton at 2 in the morning, that's pretty remarkable.
And in our last game you were mentioning it was approximately 8 games to get to this point of the tournament. 2 o'clock in the morning, the drive, 8 games.
Yeah, and still being able
have you noticed
280? It's pretty impressive.
Have you noticed Alan napping anywhere under the shoe rack?
Didn't notice anything.
By the jukebox?
Alan's a pretty accomplished bowler. He's actually been to nationals 6 times. He's made the Open Championship 4 times, and he was there twice as a youth competitor.
Wow.
He just moved to Edmonton, I guess, in August. He's originally from Thunder Bay, Ontario, so all those times at nationals he was representing the province of Ontario. Bowls out of Bonnie Doon in Edmonton.
I'm seeing a nice range of ages as well at your tournament today.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about bowling. It's a sport that anyone can compete in. You know, the youth program started at age 4, and you can compete right up until in our senior group. I've got one competitor that's actually 96 years old. So.
Ooh, just misses the 2-pin. Logan, our winner from the men's handicap division from earlier today. Only 22. Been bowling since he was about 12.
Yeah, actually, he came through our youth program here, and he continued on and joined the men's league after he was done in the youth, and he's still bowling the tournament. So that's what we like to see is kids coming out of our youth program continuing on with the game.
Now here's a question for you. For anyone just tuning in, they missed the story where you and I bowled together in Sterling at the local lane 30 years ago.
Yes.
So my question for your youth league here at Holiday Bowl, would you happen to have the old pop dispenser that you have to make sure you don't cut yourself on with the opening lid and the sliding rails where you had to slide the bottle out from, and the stale cheesies? Is that a requisite for bowling leagues, or was that just special to Sterling?
That's I think that was unique to Sterling, and if we did have it here, I think that changed sometime in the 80s.
Ooh, nice shot, just missed the end. With that said, I really miss those stale cheesies.
I got to be honest, I don't. Those were good times, though, I have to say.
Nice way to finish it up.
Yeah, picked up the spare. Just really throwing a smooth ball.
He's having a start similar to the last game.
almost caught a break there. He hit that pretty thick. It could have been a head pin. He winds up getting a corner pin out of it. So
I know we have an official lane judge here, so it may look like it, but there is no duct tape on the bottom of that left two pin.
We don't attach those to the lane in any way.
I'd like to take this moment to thank Fallon and the behind-the-scenes crew that have set up the cameras and have been working with us throughout the day for our Bill Todd Memorial here, sponsored by College Ford Lincoln at Holiday Bowl on Shaw.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Shaw does an amazing job. They came on board with us last year, and we definitely have to thank them. We appreciate it, giving some great exposure to our game and to this wonderful tournament.
And actually, I'd like to take this moment to thank Shaw for having me in front of the camera here. I've done it with their outlets in various cities across Western Canada, but here in Lethbridge is where I got my start in media, even before continuing into my media career. It was volunteering with Shaw as a cameraman around that same time that I stood in line for the opening night of Batman starring Michael Keaton in 1989 at the Paramount Theater that you have a picture of at your backdrop here. I was running around with a very large camera capturing moments in the community here in Lethbridge with Shaw.
Nice spare there for Alan. Gets his first mark of the game. And we'd certainly like to thank you for joining the broadcast today. We really appreciate you coming out here and volunteering your time.
It's certainly my pleasure, and it's certainly a lot of fun, and it's fun that anyone in the community, just like bowling, can get involved with volunteering with Shaw. They have details online, or pop by and say hi to Fallon or Ryan at their headquarters on 3rd. So where are we now here, Jason, in the scoring?
Well, after 4 frames here now, Alan's in his 4th right now, sitting at 55 after 3. Got a chop off here, so wants to pick up the spare. Had a lot of tough breaks here this game. He's throwing the ball a little thick this last couple of frames. But he picks up the spare.
And some nice cleanup.
Let's hear you out, baby.
Again, some really great technique by Jason. He's just fun to watch.
He's a very technically sound bowler. He really throws a smooth ball, gets down low to the lane. It really is a pleasure to watch him when he's throwing his good ball.
Are there any nicknames floating around the alley that have stuck for Jason or anyone else who competed in the tournament today?
Not really. I don't think. There's probably a few that they call each other out there, but probably nothing that we can repeat on camera anyway. Of course, we could mention that Bill Todd's nickname was Bronco for many, many years.
Okay.
That's what he was known as around the bowling alley.
Another nice frame for Jason.
Yeah, big spare, good count on the strike.
Here at the Bill Todd Memorial, he's saying that his nickname was Bronco. That actually fits well in with our sponsor, and we've been talking about the 80s unintentionally a few times today already. College Ford Lincoln. I remember my next door neighbor's dad was an employee with them at the time, and he drove a Bronco back in the 80s. Yeah, the Mertz family. Very nice throw.
That was a big strike. He needed that on that spare. Really good count. Keeps him close. Another thing I should mention about Alan, he was telling me before this match that in 2014 he actually won the Autumn Open. For those who don't know, that's a huge tournament in Calgary every year. Bowlers from all over the country come in for that one. It's a really major event, and apparently he won it in 2014. So
wow, well, it's very exciting to have him here as one of your finalists today.
Nice double.
All right, Jason, like you can. Let's go.
There's a double 2 games ago, I believe it was. We saw Turkey.
Yes.
Is there anything beyond that?
No, after the Turkey just shows numbers up there.
People just bow down to you.
With the chop off. So I'm sitting at 128 after 5. Missed that one to the right, so sitting at 140 points now after 6 frames.
And Alan, without throwing a ball at this moment, actually is officially in the lead at this point, isn't he?
Yeah, when you factor in the 2 strikes that he's sitting on and what he can count on those, yeah, he's pulled himself in front here.
Big throw.
Jason bounces right back with a big strike of his own here.
It's great to see an exciting back-to-forth match. Back and forth that we don't know which way this is going to go.
No, that's for sure. A bit of a good break there. He hit that pretty thick and wound up getting a chop off out of that. That one likely should have been a head pin. So, really good break here for Alan.
Nice throw.
Gets the spare, so gives him 155 after 6 frames, and he's sitting with the spare in the 7th. So we have a really tight match here.
And again, your tournament rules: after the first frame, it's 2 frames at a time.
Yeah, each competitor goes 2 frames at a time after the first frame. Another beautiful ball.
An exciting match with the Bill Todd Memorial here at Holiday Bowl, sponsored by College Ford Lincoln, broadcast on Shaw. Jason, the record holder for this lane, 345 points, got his work cut out for him up against Allen. Nice throw.
Really big double for Jason.
Do you, through league nights, ever see games like this where the rest of the attendees start to crowd around a particular game?
Oh yeah, anytime somebody gets 5, 6, 7 strikes in a row, especially when they get it out of the gate, then that definitely draws a crowd. Everybody wants to see what they're going to do.
Wow. There's the turkey.
Huge turkey for Jason. So after 7 frames, they're virtually tied, and then of course Jason's got a double in 8 and 9, and Alan's got a strike in 8. So depending on what he does here, going in the 10th frame, we could be virtually tied. Doubles, so it's all tied up. Both of them going on to doubles into the 10th frame. This is an amazing match we got going on here.
I'm going to ask another technical question. Have you ever run into a tie?
Yes, actually, it does happen. Not very often, but it does happen. And if they do wind up tying, then they're going to have to bowl a 3-frame roll-off to determine who moves on to the next round.
I've never heard of that. Explain that.
Well, essentially what they would have to do is bowl 8-frame, 8, 9, and 10 over again, because we're not going to make them bowl an entire game, but they just bowl the last 3 frames, and the highest score at that point would then move on.
Look at that.
Just a little thin.
That's like a rim shot in basketball.
Yeah, hits it, but it just wouldn't go down for him. It's a very important ball here for Alan. Needs to get this spare and keep the pressure on Jason.
He gets it. I'm getting sweaty palms on behalf of them here at the Bill Todd Memorial Holiday Bowl, sponsored by College Ford Lincoln and broadcast proudly on Shaw.
Look at that. Winds up with a 280 score. All comes down to this frame here for Jason.
Look at that scoreboard.
What you do?
Just misses to the left, so he has to spare this up.
But again, that tied Allen's 8th frame score.
Needs the spare and then has to get the strike to force the tie.
Down to 1 throw.
Yeah, it was
He was down to 1 throw.
Yeah, well, you can't catch him now. Unfortunately, that's the end of the line for Jason. So we will have a new champion this year. But what an amazing match. 2 great competitors going at her there.
And a big supportive round of applause from our live audience here as Alan Hurst moves on to the next round. An incredible game by Jason Ives as well. I'd say our most exciting round of the finals so far.
Yeah, that was just incredible. 280 to 255. Both competitors deserve a round of applause for that one.
Incredible, and we've got more to come as we continue the Bill Todd Memorial, proudly sponsored by College Ford Lincoln here at Holiday Bowl on Shaw. Jason, we're in a very exciting round here, and we have a situation here on deciding who goes first. How is that decided for this round?
Well, in a situation like this, in a step-ladder format, the person who qualifies highest has the option whether they want to throw first or make their opponent throw first. So in this case, Mike was the high qualifier, so he elected to make Alan throw first, and Alan gets us going with a strike.
So we had an incredible game just a few moments ago prior to this. Jason Ives, our winner of last year's tournament, up against Alan Hurst from Edmonton. Again, the story is that he was on the road at 2 o'clock this morning. He's bowled his 8 games and an incredible game last round. And he's got his work cut out for him versus Mike Hirsch.
Yeah, Mike Hershey, he's one of our bowlers here in Lethbridge. He went through our YVC program and a little bit confused there on what lane he was supposed to go to, but he had an amazing tournament this morning in the 6-game qualifying. He averaged 286. He threw a 385 his last game.
Wow.
Just awesome display of bowling today.
There he goes again. Now he threw a 385 in tournament mode. Will this won't affect our high scores? That's for your members throughout the season.
Yeah, no, the high scoreboards up there, those are just for league bowlers. It has to be thrown in league play to get your name up
And
there.
I'm seeing the majority of those are ballpark 345. So his 385 today is something remarkable.
It's a pretty amazing game, yes.
Now, Jason, remind us where we are in the stepladder process here. We've seen a few games. We've had our games that weren't part of the broadcast with our handicap division earlier that were decided, our male and men's and women's divisions. Where are we now in the proceedings?
So this is our championship matchup. So we're at the very tail end of the step ladder as Alan spares that up. So they've gone through the qualifying. The top 5 moved on, and now of course 4 played 5, and they've gone all the way down to now the winner was Mike Hershey, and so he's playing whoever came down the step ladder, who happens to be Alan, who qualified second. So we've actually got a 1-2 placement here for our championship match.
If you've just tuned in again to the Bill Todd Memorial here at Holiday Bowl, sponsored by College Ford Lincoln, I'm Ryan Menny with Jason Temrick. Again, this is your stomping grounds. We can find you here throughout the week. An opportunity for folks who have just tuned in. They gotta find the rewind button or go online and find the match as well through Shaw to see the previous game leading up to this, where last year's winner, Jason Ives, up against Alan Hurst. It literally came down to the second last throw.
Yeah,
to decide that game.
It was all tied up going into the last frame, and it basically came down to the 1 ball. If Jason would have spared that up, we would have had a potential tie. Unfortunately he missed it, but what a match! 280 to 255. That's really exciting bowling. We've got a great match developing here already too, with Mike starting off with a double and then Alan getting 3 marks out of the gate as well.
There he goes with a turkey. What a way to start the game. The final match.
Can't ask for much more than that. Just throwing an amazing ball. Very smooth bowler. When you watch his approach, he's got virtually no loft on the ball. He just lays it out beautifully.
What's interesting here too is bowling can at times be known for its flamboyant attire. Mike with 3 strikes off the bat. He's in a shirt, jeans, shoes.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing flashy, just comes out and gets the job done.
Nice. So with this match, we actually have come down to the battle of Edmonton versus Lethbridge.
Yeah, that's what it's boiled down to. Of course, Alan Hurst out of the Bonnie Doon lanes in Edmonton versus Holiday Bowl's own Mike Hershey. in. So at this point, you just want to clean all your sticks and focus on your next frame.
While Alan starts the cleanup again, big thank you to the Bill Todd Memorial sponsor and presenters, College Ford Lincoln. Not only with prizes that our bowlers will be picking up throughout the day today, but also a very nice trophy in honor of Bill Todd with the memorial today.
Punches out that 3-pin, so it gives him a total of 91 points after 4 frames.
Bring it back.
Nice respectful hush that's fallen over the crowd, and then they get loud again when they should.
Yeah.
Keeps Allen in the game.
Beautiful, beautiful ball by Allen. Puts him, keeps him closer to Mike.
That's a lot of black marks up there for Mike Hershey.
He's throwing an incredible ball right now. He's really dialed in.
But again, an incredible performance today from Alan Hurst as well from Edmonton. Just the demands of coming down to a tournament from Edmonton to Lethbridge, and a day's worth of playing, and he's here in the finals and still in the game as well.
A little bit thick hit there, but he's still got a pretty decent spread. Leaves the corner pin. Yeah, definitely we've got to give credit to Alan. I mean, most people coming from Edmonton would come the night before and get a good night's sleep, but to hop in the car at 2 in the morning, that's dedication to your sport. Tough miss there for Mike. Hopefully he can just pick this up and put it behind him, move on. But that gives a little bit of a window here for Alan to get a couple more marks and get right back into this.
Nice cleanup for Mike. Already into the 6th frame for Alan. And again, a bit of a spread, but he's working on a strike, so he's in an okay spot.
It's a bit of a good break there. He hit that pretty thick, and he still got the chop off, so it's very sparable.
Going to get into the depths of the sport here. As a lifelong bowler yourself, do you find for players at this level, is it a muscle memory thing? Is it purely down to technique? What do you say helps them, attain the higher level scores consistently?
For the higher level bowlers, really what it boils down to, it's a combination of technique and focus. Many of these guys, they bowl 2-3 nights a week. They bowl the tournaments. Technically, they know what they got to do, but it's just a mental game. They got to stay focused. They got to make sure that they do all the little things right. Not let outside things like a couple of bad breaks get in the way of their concentration. So it's really a combination of the two. The ones that are mentally strong are the ones that generally rise to the top in these kind of tournaments. Almost got away with one there. here for Allen, keeps him in the match.
Nice finish to the frame, and we only have a few left here at the Bill Todd Memorial 2018 edition here, proudly sponsored by College Ford Lincoln at Holiday Bowl, broadcast on Shaw. Going to reference Mike's magic 8-ball. Seems to be working for him.
Yeah, he's really throwing the ball well right now. That's a really big spare for him.
Incredible, the physics combined with the ball, the movement of the ball speed, and the pins. It seems like the same throw doesn't always get the same result.
That's a really important spare. Yeah, it's amazing how much there is behind all the little things in this game that you don't even realize. It's the ball could be just out by a hair, and you're going to get a different result.
It looked nice.
Yeah, it was a very important strike. He had to throw that there to keep himself in this match.
I'm going to put you on the spot here, Jason, and you know we're looking at the computer. You're a long-time bowler. Where are we here at the match? How close are we?
Well, this next ball here is really important for Allen. He has to make sure he gets a mark here. He's a little bit behind, but he's on a strike, whereas Mike's on a spare. So, you know, we're 26 points difference between the two of them. 27 points, sorry, in the 7th frame. So, depending on what Allen can do here, he can pull himself right back up into this one. That's unfortunate timing on that head pin. It's going to be very difficult for him now. Has to clean all the wood here.
We've had a great day of bowling here at Holiday Bowl, and a great couple of games in our last few rounds to bring us to this point. It's pretty exciting to see a tournament end like this.
Oh yeah, it's been phenomenal. It's really capped off a great day. I mean, there's been big scores thrown all day, and then to see the finals, to see such great bowling has been a real treat. Sitting now at 217 after 9. That head pin really hurt Mike Hershey, who's got 216 after 7 with the spare in 8.
Wow. Did that seal the deal?
Yeah, that pretty much sealed the deal. I think Mike's got it all wrapped up now. Even if Allen strikes out now, he can't catch Mike, so Mike Hershey is going to be our champion.
Jason Ives, last year's winner of the tournament, out a round or two ago. There must be a side that where you go, okay, the person who's walking away with this, they did a great job, and even though Jason had some incredible games today, here's another one right in front of us that Jason must at least be able to respect.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, and then even the match that he lost, he threw an amazing game. So yeah,
he's got to be as happy as he can be today with the result being a new winner for this year. But again, a great day for Jason.
Yeah, well, I mean, like Mike just threw a 311 to win the championship. So just a great day of bowling all around. Alan missed the corner, so a little bit of a tough finish for him, but he had an amazing tournament.
And again, for the stamina that was required for him today, with the logistics involved, yeah, fantastic day, and a great way to finish the final frame.
Yeah, ends up with a 232, which is still a respectable game. So pretty tough to beat a 311.
The Bill Todd Memorial here, 2018 edition, proudly sponsored by College Ford Lincoln and Holiday Bowl. A great day for local bowlers, for bowlers outside of the area, and now we have some check presentations and trophies.
Absolutely. Now we're going to bring the family up of Bill and do a trophy presentation, and College Ford's going to come down and present a check to our new champion, Mike Hershey.
We're congratulating our Bill Todd Memorial winners here for the 2018 edition, sponsored by College Ford Lincoln, and congrats to David Sisko from Medicine Hat, winner of $125 in 5th place. Congrats on your accomplishment today.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Another recipient here, the Bill Todd Memorial, coming in 4th place, $150 to Brad Whalen. Congrats, you must be happy with, I mean, you had some fantastic throws today.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I got killed by the head pins again in my last game, and that's how the game goes sometimes. So,
watching from behind, we were very entertained, so congrats again. One of our exciting contestants here today with the Bill Todd Memorial, and winner of the event last year, Jason Ives. It was incredible to watch you work here. Lane 3, where during the regular season, just above us, there's a sign, the viewers can't see it, but you hold the lane record here. You must have been happy, not so much with the end result, obviously you wanted a little bit more like last year, but you had to be happy with all the black marks that you had up there today.
Yeah, bowled good today. Yeah, it was tough, but there was a lot of good bowling today, so I was just trying to hang in there and bowl with all the other guys. So
it was exciting to watch your technique. I wanted. There weren't really any nicknames floating around, but your execution was so flawless. I want to call you the Terminator. That's what you brought to the lane today. So congratulations, and thanks to our sponsor, College Ford Lincoln. $175. Congrats.
Hey, thanks.
Another contestant right down to the wire, Alan Hurst here at the Bill Todd Memorial. Before we get to the check presentation, I just got to ask, how was it leaving Edmonton at 2 o'clock in the morning through the weather that we had over the last 24 hours, the wind and the snow and the cold, the 8 games you bowled, and then the games you played in the final, to make it right down to the wire how you did it? How did you do it?
Chocolate covered coffee beans. I'm not kidding. That's all I've eaten today.
There's a tip for aspiring bowlers who want to go all day. Chocolate covered coffee beans, and hey, it paid off in the form of $250. It was so close. You bowled an incredible day's worth of games. You entertained us here throughout the broadcast. Thank you so much, and congrats on behalf of College Ford Lincoln for today's win.
Thanks.
and wrapping up the Bill Todd Memorial check presentations for our winners right now. The winner of the 2018 edition here, sponsored by College Ford Lincoln. Congratulations to Mike. Is it Hershey?
It's Hershey, yes.
Okay, just wanted to get it right because we're going to be talking about you for the throughout the next year and throughout next year's event for an incredible finish to what you must think was an incredible day. How did you feel about today's performance that we were all in awe of?
Today I felt pretty good. I mean, I made a lot of good shots and didn't really make a whole lot of terrible shots. So, I mean, all in all, it was a pretty good day.
You finished the game above 300, your highest score today. How did that feel?
It was really good, actually. It was a solid game all the way through. I just tried to make as little as mistakes as possible, and that's what I did.
Well, you certainly earned your proceeds from our sponsors here today, and a big thank you and a presentation from Jason.
Yeah, we just want to say thanks again to our sponsors, College Ford Lincoln. If it wasn't for them, this event wouldn't have happened. We really have to pay tribute to them. We're standing here with Troy Mahalis and Matt Furukawa, sorry, General Manager of College Ford, and I'm going to let him do the check presentation here to our champion, Mike Hershey.
Great. Thank you very much, Jason. Yeah, it's our pleasure as College Ford Lincoln of Lethbridge to present to the Holiday Bowl the tournament, as well as to Mike. $400, but $1,000 to the tournament. Congratulations.
Thanks again, Mike. Thanks again, College Ford Lincoln. And Jason, we have a special presentation next with our trophy.
Absolutely. Now we're going to call upon Haley Todd to come forward. Haley is Bill Todd's daughter, and she's also a bowler. He was very, very proud of her. She's got quite a few accomplishments herself in the game. We're going to ask her to come forward and donate the special, present the special trophy to Mike Hershey, our champion. So we're standing here with Haley Todd, Bill Todd's daughter, and she's got the trophy to present to Mike. She's a little bit choked up, so I'm just going to say for her, on her behalf, that the Todd family would like to present this trophy in Bill's memory. They're proud to do it. Bill was a very special guy to all of us. So on behalf of the Todd family, congratulations, Mike. Great bowling today. Way to go.
Thanks again. I'm Ryan Menny on behalf of Jason Temrick as well, and everyone here at Holiday Bowl and the gang behind the scenes here with Shaw. Thank you for watching today, and again appreciating and participating with us, the Bill Todd Memorial here on Shaw.